But I think there's a bigger issue. Hillary is the personification of the bureaucratic welfare state that has failed. My hope is that Trump is going to decide to take the same aggressiveness, the same boldness, the same energy that he's used in the Republican primary and go into places like Southside Chicago, go into Baltimore, go into places where you can draw a real contrast and ask people, do you really want to keep the same failures in charge, ruining your lives, ruining your neighborhoods, crippling your children's future, or are you ready to try something really different? I think if Trump has got the nerve to do that, it could be an extraordinary election this fall.
This is Real Talk. I wanted to talk about the number of black people who are unemployed in today's economy. More than 50% of black people are either unemployed or underemployed. Meaning you've been unemployed for so long that you no longer get an unemployment check. That you're not even counted on the national unemployment rate. And a lot of black people are in this situation. I think one of the reasons why so many black people are unemployed is because there's a lot of illegal immigrants coming to America and taking jobs away from black people. I've seen this firsthand. I remember a few years ago I was working at a factory. I was a manager at a factory, and they told me to fire all the black employees and replace them with Mexicans. Because Mexicans are willing to do more work for less money. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is amnesty. If this amnesty is passed in Congress, there's going to be 20 million more illegal immigrants moving into America. That's 20 million more people that are going to be taking jobs away from black people. This is why no black person in their right mind should be supporting amnesty. And don't just vote Democrat just because they're willing to give you a handout. I'm an independent. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I think when a person votes, they should vote for the individual person. They should vote based on who that person is going to offer them based on the policies that they agree with that person on. That's why I try to encourage black people to do your own research. Don't just vote for somebody just because they're Democrat. Don't just vote for somebody just because they're Republican. Vote based on the policies that that person represents.
I heard on the news the other day that there are 5,000 PhD degrees that are working as janitors, as garbage collectors. Being a janitor is not a disgrace. Being a collector of garbage is not a disgrace. Honest labor is worthy of us, especially if it allows us to take care of our obligations. And you are hoping for a degree to do what? To do what? To get a job. Then we know tomorrow's headlines before they appear. Let me give you an example that you're going to see in a short while. Stock market crashes. Worse than 1929. Another headline, dollar falls, hyperinflation, dollar worthless. What are you going to do? Look, brothers and sisters, this is serious. Why does the enemy keep our people illiterate? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave this answer when he was 3 years old in the teachings, so that he can use them for a tool, and also a slave. He keeps them blind to themselves so that he can master them. In Chicago alone, nearly 50% of our children drop out of school. Among whites and Hispanics, the number is outrageously large as well. Now, they use sports figures and entertainment figures to tell you, stay in school. It's like going to Cook County Jail and telling the inmate, stay in Cook County. Staying in a school that will let you out as a functional illiterate is a waste of your life and your time. Something is wrong with the educational system that this is the result of what it produces. The jobs that used to be around for the unlearned, unskilled labor force. See, when I was coming up, men had jobs. You would see them with their lunch pail going out to work. Mommy was at home preparing the sandwich. Daddy and Grandpa, if you remember back far enough, they had a little job. And off of one man's pay, they were able to put food on the table, and at Easter time, get you a little suit or a dress or something nice for Christmas. But today, you have hardly nothing to look forward to. You can't look forward to a job because the jobs are not there. Now, we're smiling, we may be laughing, but gaining knowledge should be a pleasurable experience. You know, when you're in school, if it's not pleasurable, who wants to be there? If I'm not growing, who wants to be there? If I'm not learning something useful, who wants to be there? Am I making sense? Now, look at how crazy the system is. You're a mother. You're at home with your children. And now you are off to war. In the 40s, they never took a woman out of her house, took her away from her children, and sent her to war. Don't you know you can't kill and nurture at the same time? What are you being taught? That you can actually use almost nothing. That's perpetrating a fraud to bring you to college and ask your parents to pay this kind of money, and then you borrow money from the government, and when you leave college and can't find a job, you have a debt to pay and no money with which to pay it. That's perpetrating a fraud.